Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Injective protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are running into a major resistance level at $8.93. Injective, or the INJ token, is looking extremely strong. You can see we ran into this exact same level back in April 2023, so a few months ago. And right now we are retracing back to that high. So effectively, we're going to be printing some sort of a double top, and if we start losing the neckline here, we could have a breakdown into this green support block between $4.85 and $3.41. And overall, you're printing a lower high, which is showing weakness in the trend, because if you're going to start printing lower lows, which you've already printed one, and you're going to start printing a lower high, the chances of you coming back down are very, very high, because the bears are not going to let you go past this high, and you're just going to get dumped. So this is what I'm looking at for Injective. Maybe we have some sort of a move to the downside closer to the FOMC meeting, so middle of the month, I think. Or is it July 26th, actually? So July 26th is when we're having the FOMC meeting, I'm pretty sure. And that's when we could have a pullback, because Jerome Powell could dump the markets with his speech. And you can see we have the golden ratio sitting at $4.30. And that would be based on this little fractal here. So from the swing high that we printed in April 2023 down to the swing low that we printed in March 2023. And you can see that we've been retesting the 0.38 as support twice already, once in May, once in June, and this time I think we're going to be breaking below if we have a strong drop, and the golden ratio should hold us as support. So $4.30 is a pretty good area to be accumulating. I would say anything below $5 is good to buy, especially if you don't have a position already. I have some Injective, and my average buying price is around about $1.39-38. We were sharing that on Patreon back in 2022 when we were entering a bunch of altcoins. So this was our entry, and I'm staking my tokens on the Kepler wallet. If you want to get all of my buy alerts, feel free to check out the Patreon link down below. But like I said, this green support block is something that I expect us to retest before we start moving to the upside. I don't know if we're going to be going below that, to be honest with you. It would have to be a pretty strong capitulation for us to drop below the green block, because to the bottom of the green block, that's a 57% pullback already in itself. So going anything lower than $3.50, that would be quite the pullback. However, in that case, we are also potentially going to be looking at this swing low at $3.10 and this little support block between $2.82 and $2.60. But that's only in case we start dropping significantly, because this block was retested as resistance in November. Then we broke above in January, and we had a back test of support in March, so it played out perfectly. Test, break, retest, and then you move to the upside. And we did break above this resistance level, as you can see, at $4.85. We haven't come back to retest it, so this is your test, breakthrough, and the retest is going to be coming hopefully in July, and we're going to be able to enter on this channel into Injective. I'm going to be buying if we drop below $5, to be honest with you. I'm not going to be waiting until we drop back to $2 and $1, because I don't think that's going to be very likely. But if we do drop back to $2, I will be filling my bags. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, you can see we entered the overbought briefly, and we had a pullback from there already. You can take a look at the this resistance block that we have set up. So it's between 77.6 and 70.8. So every time you enter the block, you have a pullback. The first retest here was in February 2022. Then we had an retest in August 2022, in November same year. in January, then a breakout in January into February, a move back down. Same thing happened in April, a bit of a fake out there, and right now we retested it as resistance one more time. So I would be looking for this support level to hold us, this ascending support trend line. We've had a couple of bounces in December last year, one bounce in March, one fake out in May, and once again we dropped below in June here. But I think this is still a valid trend line because we've had 3 bounces off of it and 2 fake outs. So just in case, take a look at this trend line, and maybe once you see the RSI hanging out around that, you can potentially have some entries based on the price action. If you like where the price is at and you see the RSI hanging out over here, maybe that's a good buying opportunity for you because we might see a move to the upside from there. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at Injective on the weekly chart, you can see that we do have a descending resistance trend line that has been keeping us down since March 2021. We had a fake out in April, then once again a retest in September, in November, in December 2021. From there, we entered the bear market, bottomed out, printed a higher low, and then off we went. And once again, we are retesting this resistance trend line. The first retest was in April 2023, and then another retest in July, so just a few days ago. And we closed the candle, the weekly candles, right below the yellow trend line. So that would be our major resistance trend line. Once we're able to break above that, I think we might start getting a lot of big green candles coming in. But obviously we need to wait for that. Patience is key in these markets. We have good volume right now compared to some other altcoins that are arguably dead. Injective is doing very well, and altcoins that do well during bear markets typically do very well during bull markets as well. So I'm expecting Injective to do very good. And if we set up a Fibonacci retracement, here are actually the targets. So the 1.618 is going to be $112.50, the 1.414 at $65, and the 1.272 at $43. So these are going to be our major targets. From where we are right now to the 1.618, that's going to be a 1,231% to the upside. I think that's pretty doable. I think that is pretty doable in case we see a drop to $4.50, right? Let's take a look at this Fibonacci retracement here. So we have the swing high set up in April 2023, the swing low in December. We have the golden pocket between $3.44 and $2.71. And let's say we drop back down to 0.382, for example. From there to the 1.618, you would be looking at 2,400% to the upside. If we were to bounce off the 0.5 at $3.44, all the way up to the 1.618, that would be roughly a 3,000% move to the upside. So you can see the profits drastically change based on your entry. So just to ensure that you don't miss out on these prices in case we see a flash crash, make sure to set up some buy limit orders above these support levels here. The levels are a bit different because we are on the weekly and we're adhering to the weekly candles closures. So feel free to set up the buy limit orders slightly above the support levels because you don't want to be sitting exactly at $3.45 because a lot of people are going to set those buy limit orders, and you want to avoid round numbers as well. So the support is at $3.44, set it up at $3.47, 47.2. Just make sure you don't have round numbers, and make sure it's slightly above the support, and then you have more chances of entering. And if we take a look at the weekly RSI, you can see that we are still a bit overextended. Let's compare the RSI with the price action and see if we have any bearish divergences here. So as of right now, it does look like we have a bearish divergence because the RSI is not printing a higher high like the price action is. So this does look like a bearish divergence, and typically after this we do see a pullback, and we have already started seeing a pullback here, and we could be looking at a retest of this yellow trend line on the weekly. That could be your entry point. And I think if you take a look at the price action, that could take us down to either the 20 EMA, or maybe we can even wick down to the 55 EMA. So the 55 EMA is going to be a massive level for us to hold, but you can see we had a very good bounce off the 20. So if you entered off the 20, which is your basically support trend line, your support band, you could have done a 57% to the upside. 57% after, keep in mind, after this already 677% to the upside. And from that high, we only dropped 44%. So I think Injective still has one good correction left before we can continue to the upside. I think we are going to pull back down below $5 slightly for probably a few weeks, maybe later this year, and then we can start retracing and breaking the yellow resistance trend line. That is pretty much it for this video. If I missed out anything important on the charts, let me know down below in the comment section. Let me know if you're bullish on Injective. I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.